Hey, stop. Ice what?
Whoa, whoa, baby, poke it out, poke it out, poke it out.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have more Saints vs. Packers content as we're going to have for the rest of this week. I hope you guys are enjoying your weeks. I hope everything is going well. I hope you all have recovered from that loss we took, but it's okay because we're going to move forward and we're going to get things done, hopefully, against the Green Bay Packers at home. But in order to do that, we have to look at what we need to do to get that done. The keys to victory, so to speak. This is the second series of every week as far as highlighting an opponent goes. You guys know how we do around here. We have a bunch of series that we do to cover the Saints versus whoever matchup. And this week it's the Saints versus Packers. Second series of the week, Saints vs. Packers, keys to victory. If you don't know what keys to victory is, it's where you go into the Discord server for this channel called The Dome. You go to the keys to victory section, and when I announce that it's keys to victory time, you just come in there, leave your key to victory, a little description as to what that means, and that is all you have to do, and it'll be put in this video if there's enough room. So today, we're going to go right into this without wasting any more time. The first person we have on this list is Wyatt BDV. What he said was this: we need to take more deep shots down the field against this kind of subpar secondary, and we need to get Emmanuel Sanders more involved. Yes, we 100% need to do both things Wyatt just said, without a doubt. And probably both of them at the exact same time. Getting Emmanuel Sanders involved as a deep threat could very possibly work. Drew Brees told the media after the loss on Monday that the Saints ran two deep plays against the Raiders last week that had Emmanuel Sanders as the primary receiver, but the coverage just didn't allow for it, so he had to check it down. The Raiders did a very good job covering up the deep outlets. It wasn't just Drew Brees' fault. We definitely have to at least attempt to pick up big plays at some point during the Sunday Night Football game against the Packers, though, because we all know that is exactly what Aaron Rodgers will be doing. That is for sure, without a doubt. Emmanuel Sanders only had one reception for 18 yards against the Las Vegas Raiders, which isn't what we need coming from our current number one wide receiver until Michael Thomas gets back. Getting him involved against the Green Bay Packers is 100% a key to victory because we don't know if Michael Thomas will be playing this week. Hit subscribe and that notification bell, and I'll keep you updated on his status in the State of the Saints episode as well. The next person we have on this list is Joseph. His key to victory is balance the offense. The reason we lost last week is because we abandoned the run game. Kamara and Murray are a great 1-2 punch. We can't rely on Drew Brees to do everything because he's 41 years old. I agree. I still believe that Drew Brees is due for the biggest game of the season thus far. Not just because Drew Brees is going against the Packers defense, but because of the fact that Drew is going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder. The Packers defense isn't that bad anyway. It's the fact that Drew Brees will be playing with a chip on his shoulder. He's been hearing everyone talk about him. He's been hearing the media asking him questions, obviously, and he's had to respond to them. So it's very obvious that Drew Brees will most likely be playing with a different chip on his shoulder than he's played with at any other point in his career, because this is the hottest his downfall has been talked about. But that doesn't mean that we don't need to play a balanced game, even if Drew Brees has a good game. The Saints abandoned the run trying to play catch-up through the air with the Las Vegas Raiders, and that resulted in us having 13 minutes less of possession time. That is an entire quarter, almost. It's an entire quarter, which 100% is the reason we lost this game. We need to travel down the field slowly and put up points in good, sustained drives. That all starts with Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray, who I have nothing but faith in, especially after Kamara's performance last week. He's back to himself. They should both have a big game as well on Sunday night. Next person we have on this list is Johnny, or the Saints Hub. His key to victory is New Orleans needs to minimize mistakes. Too many times we beat ourselves up and gave ourselves stupid penalties that could have been easily avoided. From start to finish, we played undisciplined. We need to fix that if we even want a chance to win this game. Good God, this one is so important, and I am really glad that Johnny said this. Green Bay will make us pay even more than the Raiders did, a lot more than the Raiders did if we have as many penalties as we did on Monday night. 10 penalties for 139 yards is absolutely unacceptable and shouldn't happen under any circumstances ever. We will easily lose this game if we don't clean that aspect up. It really is not that difficult, but seeing as it's a running theme so far this season, we had penalties against Tampa Bay as well, it may be a bit easier said than done. There's so many mental errors, I don't know what's going on with that. But if we can clean those up, we have a good chance at moving up to 2-1. It's just, we have to clean up the penalties, man. And I trip up trying to say this because it's so important. The New Orleans Saints have never really been a super high penalty driven team besides these past 2 seasons. In 2018, the penalties were a minimum. We were one of the least penalized teams in the league. And now in 2019, it was bad, and 2020 has started off horribly as far as penalties goes. The pass interference penalties, the holding penalties out the orifice, the stupid offside, whatever it may be. There are way too many penalties for us to go out there and win a Super Bowl. That needs to be cleaned up as soon as physically possible, or we're not getting anywhere deep into the playoffs. I can promise you that right now. Penalties have to go away. Good job, Johnny, for bringing that one up. The next person we have on this list is Content. He says his key to victory is to not get overconfident or cocky. He said, we've seen this versus the Vikings and Falcons last year. We thought it was going to be an easy-ass game to win, but they came in with a better game plan. It needs to be the opposite, like when we played the Seattle Seahawks last year. What an awesome point this is. It's like we came in overconfident and cocky versus the Raiders because we thought, we're the Saints. We're untouchable. We can't lose. And then got shown up because the Raiders had an absolutely amazing game plan to counter everything that we stand for. It was insane. We have to game plan great against this team. It really isn't. There's no decision here. That's what killed us last week, a bad game plan. Sean Payton is a fantastic coach, but we need to play chess, not checkers, and really put together something solid. A good indication that this is happening is that Sean Payton made the team miss their 10 a.m. flight back to New Orleans and forced them to watch the film of our bad Monday night loss before they even left Vegas. Hopefully we put the pen to the paper even more and get this game plan solidified right. I really like that Sean Payton made them watch the film before they even were allowed to leave back to New Orleans, because that is 100% a really big reason we lost this game. A bad game plan, and that's what we need to do to win against the Green Bay Packers, because they are a significantly better team than the Raiders as far as I'm concerned. I could be completely wrong because we haven't really seen much this season, but from what I'm accustomed to, that's how it is. Let's go ahead and move to the last key to victory, which is Ooga Booga Johnson. And I'm not even going to give any type of input on this because this is a really good key that stands by itself. It doesn't need any further expansion. So let's go ahead and get into it. He says, honestly, if we don't play tight defense in both the secondary and defensive line, we're going to get eaten alive. If we stop the run but play a lackluster game in the secondary, then A-Rod will just pick us apart with Adams. But if we play good in the secondary and the run D is lackluster, then Aaron Jones will have a field day. From what I've seen, us having a perfect day on defense is really slim, but I'd rather turn this into a defensive slugfest with our running backs than having to rely on Drew Brees to win a shootout, which he probably can't do as reliably anymore, especially without Michael Thomas. Plus, I think our offensive line and defensive line are more naturally talented than our secondary and wideouts, so if we can have a lockdown day in the secondary, we should just be able to lean on our defensive line and offensive line, run blocking for the win, even if they have a bad day. I hate to say it, but Aaron Rodgers will demolish us if we get into a shootout. I don't like the possibility of a shootout becoming a thing here, but I don't think we need to count Drew Brees out. He's too good of a quarterback to just throw into the dust because 2 bad games. I mean, Mitchell Trubisky had 2 straight bad years, and he's playing all right this season. He's going to shape up. We're going to be able to rely on him. But everything he said in that paragraph was 100% factual. We have to rely on many pieces of our defense and offense, and if they're not all in sync, it's going to be a bad day. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think the keys to victory to winning this game are. I'll make sure to read them, respond, do all that fancy stuff. Go ahead and like, do all that. You guys know what to do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Adios.
Zero gravity falling, and I might burst sleep. My stage on like I'm jumping on a trampoline.